Today we are going to examine the posterior chest and it is relevant. First you have to introduce yourself to the patient and take permission for the examination of posterior chest. The posterior chest examination, patient should be in sitting posture at the edge of the bed and patient should be exposed from waist upward. Up बैठ जाए. Do the usual inspection of the patient and especially note for dyspnea at rest and weight loss. Ask the patient to cross his arm in front of his chest, to move the scapula more laterally and more anteriorly, and observe the posterior chest for any scar mark, for any chest deformity, especially kyphoscoliosis, and ask the patient to breathe in and out. सांस लेते रहे. Observe for intercostal endowing. Observe the supraclavicular fossa. Look at the supraclavicular fossa for supraclavicular fossa retraction. Before you palpate the chest, ask for pain and tenderness. सीने में दर्द तो नहीं है? No, sir. Asking for pain and tenderness, it can give you a diagnostic clue at bedside. Palpate for chest tenderness and for any palpable crepitus. In case of subcutaneous emphysema, assess for spinal tenderness and paraspinal muscle spasm. Now assess the chest expansion in 3 places on posterior chest examination: above the scapula, over the scapula, and below the scapula. Place your hand over the trapezius muscle. Your finger should be in hanging posture in supraclavicular fossa and thumb should be approximate in the midline. Ask the patient to take a deep breath, सांस लें, and observe the movement of each thumb. The thumb should move symmetrically apart at least 5 centimeters. Now grab the chest wall over the scapula and approximate the thumb in the midline and ask the patient take a deep breath, सांस लें, and observe the movement of your thumbs. Now below the scapula, सांस लें, सांस लें, and observe the movement of each thumb. Now assess for ocal primitus by placing your hand on the chest or edge ulnar border of your hand and ask the patient to repeat 99. 99.
99. 99. 99. 99. 99.
Another method?
99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99.
Now measure the chest expansion with the help of measuring tape. Interiorly at the level of nipple and posteriorly at the level of angle of scapula. With deep inspiration and expiration. सांस छोड़े, सांस अंदर ले ले, सांस अंदर ले, जोर से सांस अंदर ले ले. The chest expansion is 2 to 5 centimeter. If it is less than 2 centimeter, it is abnormal. But remember, it is not a reliable sign for vital capacity. Chest expansion is reduced in case of COPD and bronchial asthma. Now proceed for percussion. Starting percussion above the scapula, over the trapezius muscle, in the interscapular area and below the scapula. Place your left middle finger on the chest firmly, and other finger should be in relaxed posture, and strike the left middle finger with right middle finger at right angle. The right middle finger should be partially flexed, and movement should come through wrist, not through forearm. Now interscapular area. Compare one corresponding area with the other. Now below scapular area. Normal percussion note is resonant. Now auscultate the posterior chest with the help of diaphragm. मुंह खोल के सांस लें. Ask the patient to open mouth to take breathe in and out. Auscultate for one full breath. No type of breath sound, whether vesicular or bronchial, and it is intensity normal or reduced. And also assess for any added sound such as wheezes, crackle and pleural rub. Now assess for vocal resonance by placing diaphragm of stethoscope on the chest and ask the patient to repeat 99. Ninety-nine.
99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99.
Over consolidated lung, this number 99 will be clearly audible, but in case over normal chest, this sound will become muffled. Now examine the cervical and supraclavicular limb adenopathy. This is the submental, submandibular, preauricular, postauricular, interior triangle along the interior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle, posterior triangle. This is occipital. For supraclavicular lymphadenopathy, push your finger behind the clavicle and assess for any lymphadenopathy. सीधा बैठ जाएं, सीधा बैठ जाएं. Now assess for axilla, for axillary lymphadenopathy. by handshake technique. This is lateral, central, interior, posterior, and medial group of axillary lymph node. Medial, central, interior, posterior. This is the lateral group of axillary lymph node. Lymph node always should be assessed in terms of size, consistency, mobility, and tenderness. Now ask the patient to lie down. Let जाए. Now assess the interior chest for any deformity such as barrel-shaped chest, pectus excavatum, pectus carinatum, and assess bony tenderness over the sternum. Now assess the position of trachea. Place the index finger in the supraesternal notch and feel trachea in the midline. If the trachea is deviated, its edge will be felt. To confirm it further, place the index finger between the trachea and clavicular head of sternocleidomastoid muscle and assess this space on either side. Trachea normally deviated slightly toward the right side. Trachea deviation occurs in upper lobe diseases. Now assess apex beat and its position. Here is maximal impulse is felt. Now assess its position. This is sternal angle. This is second intercostal space, third, fourth, and fifth intercostal space in the mid-clavicular line. Now assess for JVP. For JVP examination, patient should be at the position of 45-degree angle. Sir, thoda hataye. Assess the JVP along the sternocleidomastoid muscle on the right side. And measure its height in relation to the sternal angle. If it is greater than 3 centimeter, it is mean JVP is elevated. Now look at the eyes. ऊपर देखें. For conjunctival failure. Look downward. नीचे देखें. Sclera for jaundice. Assess for evidence of Horner syndrome if you are suspecting a case of apical lung carcinoma, Wincos tumor. The evidence of Horner syndrome is partial ptosis and constricted pupil. ध्यान देखें. Horner syndrome can occur due to compression of sympathetic nerve in the neck due to the Wincos tumor. Now assess nose and each nostril. There is association of nasal polyps with bronchial asthma, and assess deviation of nasal septum can result into nasal obstruction and breathing difficulty. Now with the help of torch and tongue depressor, assess the oral cavity. मुंह खोलें, ज़बान दिखा दें. Assess the dorsal aspect of the tongue for central cyanosis. ज़बान बाहर निकालें. सही, अंदर रखें ज़बान. अंदर रखें ज़बान. Assess the state of dentation. Look for broken teeth and dental caries. मुंह खोलें. Assess for oral hygiene and evidence of pharyngitis and tonsillitis. These conditions may predispose to various lung diseases such as lung abscess and pneumonia. Now ask the patient to lie down flat. Is the patient lying down flat? Now assess for hepatomegaly. Palpate the abdomen for liver enlargement. Liver ptosis can occur in case of emphysema. There may be liver enlargement due to cor pulmonale, and there may be metastatic liver disease secondary to lung carcinoma. Start palpation from right iliac fossa toward right hypochondrium. Ask the patient to inhale and exhale. सांस लेते रहे. हाथ यहाँ रख लो. Now assess the upper level of the liver by starting percussion from second intercostal space in the midline, in the mid-clavicular line. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. In our patient, the upper level of the liver is in the seventh intercostal space in the mid-clavicular line. Now we are going to measure the total liver span with the help of measuring tape. The total liver span is 12 centimeter in the mid-clavicular line. The normal liver span is 12 plus minus 2 centimeter approximately in the mid-clavicular line. Now assess the lower extremities for edema and assess for evidence of deep venous thrombosis such as unilateral leg swelling. Assess temperature of lower extremities. Assess for calf tenderness in case of DVT. Then assess pedal edema over bony prominence. Look at the toes for clubbing. And peripheral cyanosis. Now pick up the patient hand, हाथ दे दें. Inspect and palpate the wrist. Look for interosseous muscle wasting, dorsal guttering. Look for clubbing, nicotine staining of finger, and peripheral cyanosis. Assess clubbing with the help of a card. Clubbing first appear in the index finger. the angle between nail plate and proximal nail pole will be lost in case of collapsing. Collapsing can occur in different types of respiratory diseases such as bronchiectasis, lung abscess, empyema, and CA lung. Assess thenar and hypothenar eminence par wasting, peripheral cyanosis, and nicotine staining of the finger. Now assess par finger abduction. ये खोलें, उंगलियां खोलें. Finger abduction. Wasting of small muscle up end with weakness of finger abduction can occur in case of apical lung carcinoma due to compression of lower trunk of brachial plexus. Now assess the rest part swelling and tenderness. Hypertrophic pulmonary osteoarthropathy is characterized by rest swelling and tenderness. Now assess for flapping tremor of the outstretched end. Anguliyan kole. The rest should be dorsiflex. Hand, finger should be separated for 15 seconds. And look for any jerky, irregular movement at the metacarpophalangeal joint and rest. Flapping tremor can occur in case of CO2 retention. Now assess the radial pulse for tachycardia and its bounding character. Bound pulse can occur in case of CO2 retention. Palpate the radial pulse against the edge of radius for 15 seconds and multiply it by 4. Now check the temperature. Fever can occur in any acute and chronic chest infection. Shake glass thermometer below 96 Fahrenheit and insert it in the axilla and wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Meanwhile, you check the respiratory rate by inspecting the abdominothoracic movement for 15 seconds. At the end of examination, thank to your patient and help him to get redress.